Something doesn't add up. And one argument to all this is that, you should not look back at this case. It's settled. Don't reopen a can of worms. Who's going to benefit? Sunanda Pushkar is no more, and the family is not objecting, and Shashi Tharoor is not asking questions. And if Shashi Tharoor himself is not asking questions, then what is it anyone's business to talk about it? The other side is that somehow this whole thing doesn't add up. And you have the man who's heading the forensics department at AIIMS saying, I was under pressure to doctor the report, and that too from politicians. Then it needs to be talked about. With me in the studio from the left, Lalita Kumaramangalam, spokesperson and member of the National Executive of the BJP. And to her left is Sabha Naqvi, political editor of Outlook. Kavita Krishnan, National Secretary of the All India Progressive Women's Association, Politburo member of the CPI, is also with us today. Shehzad Poonawala is a political analyst and founder for youthforcongress.com. He feels this case should not be opened up, right? Have I got your perspective right? And Ranjana Kumari, director of the Center for Social Research. Nice to have you back on the debates. Vinod Mehta of Outlook, Ashok Pandit, filmmaker and activist who says don't open this up, and Suresh Babu, General Secretary of the Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee on Skype from Calicut. Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me, Mr. Suresh Babu. Now, I just want to start with you, Kavita. Where's your stand on this? Do you think it's adding up?
I think that, when so many months pass and you have different I think there's a shadow here over several investigative agencies. You have the police saying nothing, having no closure, having nothing to explain, no narrative to offer. You have the AIIMS postmortem report saying one thing. You have the CFSL lab, as far as I go, these are only for what I'm based on media reports. The CFSL lab contradicting what the AIIMS autopsy report said about drug overdose or poisoning, drug poisoning, and so on and so forth. So when you have this kind of situation, and then at the same time you have these strange leaks that happen, God knows who leaks what.
What do you mean by strange leaks?
Leaks meaning I saw that in media there were leaks about claiming that there are injury marks, the autopsy mentions injury marks. Another leak saying, oh, that's all explained by a medical report that shows that she was suffering from lupus or something like that. Now my point is that all these surely are questions which an investigation, a proper forensic investigation, proper medical investigation should be able to settle. How a person it's a mysterious death.
Nobody wants to talk about it at AIIMS. They want to close it. They said matter settled and closed. Don't reopen it.
How can it be settled when your CFSL laboratory is saying something else? My point is that therefore this kind of, I find speculation in this kind of a mysterious death to be pretty ugly. I don't have anything to speculate on, but I am feeling that we have to then ask the question, why is it that in case after case you have investigative agencies screwing up basically the investigation? So at the end of it, you have an Arushi case, you have a Sunanda case, you have all these cases where crucial time passes, and then at the end of it you have all your investigative agencies at loggerheads with each other and no answers anywhere. And I also want to just say one thing about the political pressure thing. I'm sure we'll talk more about that now. But I would like to mention that, look, in this particular case, I don't know what is behind this doctors, whether indeed there was pressure. If so, why didn't he say so earlier? This is my question. But I would like to briefly mention that there are two other instances I can think of where things did not add up in the AIIMS's own forensic reports. One was the Shopian rape case in Kashmir, where suddenly they came up and said, two women died of drowning in a little nala, where there's not enough water for anybody to drown at all. And they also claimed that 4 months after they exhumed a body, they found the hymen intact.
I'll reopen it, but let's get the debate started. Let's get the other side in here. Point number 7 in my hand, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Sudhir Gupta's affidavit. Now, Dr. Sudhir Gupta is the head of the Forensic Department and Toxicology Department of AIIMS. He is one of India's best experts. He's got the Medical Doctor of the Year Award, member of the Asia Pacific Association of Medical Toxicology. Every single expertise and cases from the BMW case to the Upar fire tragedy, everything dealt by him professionally. So he's not some quack. He knows his medicine. He says today, and Ashok Pandit, let's open the debate. He says today, in point number 7 of his affidavit, he says, and I quote, "It is further submitted that the fact that the said autopsy report of Sunanda Pushkar prepared by the applicant in the Sunanda Pushkar matter is not as per the diktats of the director AIIMS, who had personally called the applicant and asked him to give a clean chit in the late Sunanda Pushkar matter, irrespective of the professional opinion of the applicant." This means that this man, the head of the forensics department, was being told, just give it a clean chit, don't make it a matter now. that there should be a criminal investigation into this. Ashok Pandit. I just don't understand the logic of people who say, let's not talk about it. She's dead.
Arnab, first of all, I never said that this should not be opened. In fact, I was a person who very closely knew Sunanda Pushkar, and I refuse to believe that that woman could have committed suicide. It's unbelievable. What I want to ask, I'm concerned about is that if it would have not been Shashi Tharoor, if it would have been any other common man, I would have been behind the bars under section 306 and 107 Indian Penal Code, because after 7 years of marriage, if there is a mysterious death of your wife, of your husband, you are behind the bars. There was no investigation. There was no questioning as far as Shashi Tharoor is concerned. There was no CCTV footage shown to the people what happened there. And the answer, the reason which was given, that the door was locked from within the room. It was a hotel door. It was not a door of your drawing room, of your house. The master keys are with the hotel authorities. What kind of reasons?
And here's an email, ladies and gentlemen.
Investigation report. So what Sudhir Gupta is saying, my salutes to him, timing is not important. There is a sensitive case where a dignity of a woman, there's a mark on her throat, nothing was open.
An email is sent.
Political pressure.
An email is sent by Shashi Tharoor. No, 1 second. On top of it, an email is sent. Let's hold this up. An email is sent by Shashi Tharoor on 26th of January 2014. Right? She dies on 17th. Within 9 days of that, he sends an email. This Shashi Tharoor's email. Mr. Tharoor, I'm asking you, did you send this email? He sends this email and he says in the email that this could be, and he says, I'm going to bring a matter to the attention of Dr. Mishra of AIIMS. He's the AIIMS head, I presume. So he's going to write to the AIIMS head about the issues which could have led to her death. At this point of time, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, logically, Shashi Tharoor is himself under suspicion. Can a man under suspicion, Sabha, and this goes to my point, can a man under suspicion write to the AIIMS head saying this could be the reason?
Not at all.
Can anyone do that? Is that not criminal itself? Can he do that, Sabha?
When we're talking about
I'd like to pass this on to you if you want.
I have nothing personal against Shashi Tharoor. But on the day that Sunanda died,
that's all right.
Arnab, if you recall, on that day there was a Congress conclave in Delhi. He was there when his wife had checked into a hotel. I'm not in a sort of hysterical condition. He was there. We all saw him over there.
He was there.
Having said that, let us not forget how close Shashi Tharoor has been to the leadership. The leadership here backed him.
For what? The Congress
Party. He was backed for the Secretary General of the United Nations when he had no chance with it. And
so he's powerful.
He's very, very well connected. And about the doctor, the timing of the report, all I have to say, I have so much faith in AIIMS as an institution that I don't believe that somebody who's the head of a department has, even if he's in a bad mood, even if it's in a fit of anger over promotion, that there's not an element of truth in what he is saying.
And they just want to close this matter now. Shehzad, is there any argument you have left here right now? This man is the professor and head of Department of Forensic Medicine at AIIMS, involved in last 20 years of undergraduate and postgraduate teaching in AIIMS, judiciary, police and the CBI. One of India's best doctors, all the top cases dealt by him. The man puts an affidavit saying, I am under pressure. And we all know this whole story has never quite added up. And would you, tell me, Shehzad, since you've come here to defend Shashi Tharoor, I presume, tell me, how can Shashi Tharoor write a letter to the top management of AIIMS regarding the cause of death of his wife, under which he is himself under suspicion, around the 26th of January 2014?
I have answers for all three of your questions. First of all, nobody is saying close the probe. If you've read Shashi's statement, which I sent to you, he says that I want, and he says that the family too wants a thorough investigation to be concluded in a conclusive manner, in a detailed manner. And let's remind ourselves that it's a BJP-run Delhi
How
police.
Is Shashi Tharoor? No, what do you mean BJP-run?
No, it is
What's
important.
The BJP angle?
I'll tell you why it is.
The BJP is telling the head of forensics department to try and implicate Shashi Tharoor.
The allegations that are being made are of pressure and influence. So obviously you won't say that a Congress member of parliament will have influence in a system run by the BJP people.
But did the Congress minister and member of parliament have influence over the Congress government? Lalita Kumar Mangala.
You haven't let me complete.
You're making a point. You're making a point. You're saying it's political.
It's very unfair.
I think you should let me have my say, because I've not answered all the points that
you said it's political.
So let me complete the context in which I'm saying it. Lalita, you will get your chance and I will not interrupt you, I promise you. As about the allegations that were made about the very respected Dr. Gupta, your reporters, Vijay Kao, he's from your channel, he says in his live reportage that the timing can be questioned because here is a case where internal wranglings for the HOD post are happening, and he makes these allegations not... One second, sir.
No, of course the timing can be questioned.
I'm not saying
my question is... My question is, and a simple question goes out to you. No, 1 second.
Arnab, you are giving a homily to Dr. Gupta. Your reporters are saying that we should question the timing.
No,
I'm not saying
Shehzad, you've got it so completely wrong.
Ashok Pradhan is saying...
You've got it so completely wrong.
No, you may find it completely wrong.
No, I'll tell you what.
I represent that point of view which is not suitable to you.
You are not opening yourself up to the possibility that what... Can I make a point to you?
No, you cannot make till I answer questions.
No, you listen to me on one point.
You want to know about the emails,
Is there any denying that Shashi Tharoor was in a position of power, that he had the connections to relay information directly to the AIIMS Director?
Is there any denying that Shashi Tharoor no longer holds a position of power where he can influence things in January of government that can conduct a fair probe? Now let me complete. Sabha, just give me Kavita and Sabha. I promise you, just give me 10 more seconds. Just give me 10 more seconds. Arnab, just give me 10 more seconds. Just 10 more seconds.
I'm counting.
Ashok, yeah, please count. Ashok is saying, let there be a criminal investigation. Does he think that a criminal investigation is not going on? Let me remind you that an SDM probe is an automatic... One second. Please, the women on the panel, an SDM probe takes place automatically when 7 years have not been completed. Let me remind you that the email exchanges have happened between, if you say, they've been sent to the director of AIIMS, not to this person conducting the probe, and they are in the knowledge of, Kavita, they are in the knowledge of the sub-magistrate. Now, if you're implying, no, are you challenging me on that, Arnab? I challenge you to challenge me on whether this is in the knowledge of the sub-magistrate.
My question...
I challenge you, put your money where the mouth is. Put your money. Sub-divisional magistrate who's foreseeing, who's seeing this investigation. 1 second.
Shehzad?
1 second, Arnab. You are not telling the people the truth. You are not telling your panelists the truth. You should tell them that the sub-divisional magistrate who's overseeing the Delhi police probe is of knowledge that this exchange has happened. He has... Okay, one more thing.
So what?
Please let me complete.
No, Shehzad, you said 10 seconds, your time is up. Your time is up.
If all these illegalities are so blatant, the influence is...
1 second, now we heard you, Shehzad. We heard you, Shehzad, and I heard you. No, 1 second. Now you will have to hear the other side as well, my friend. 1 second. Now, you made an accusation here. You made an accusation here, and the point being made, and Shehzad, please don't speak over me. The point being made here by Shehzad Poonawala, who's trying to make a very spirited defense of Shashi Tharoor, is that poor Mr. Shashi Tharoor is the victim of a conspiracy somehow hatched by a BJP government, and there is an attempt to get him in on a case he knew nothing about. Now, oh no, 1 second. Therefore, as I hand over to the others, then Shehzad.
Shashi Tharoor wants a complete detailed probe. I've implied that these email exchanges are in the knowledge of the sub-divisional magistrate who's looked after this inquiry, and despite that, and AIIMS, which is after the health minister took cognizance, AIIMS comes out and says this entire theory is baseless about your esteemed doctor. And now, finally, if the misgivings are so blatant, for the last 1 month, Rajnath Singh is he cooking eggs in the Ministry of Home Affairs? Why isn't he taking charge of it? Why isn't he taking Delhi Police, SDM, CFSL to task when they have manipulated the probe for the last 1 month?
So you admit that probe is manipulated?
Rajnath Singh an accomplice to murder? Is Rajnath Singh an accomplice to this murder? Russian poison has been used according to an allegation peddler in the BJP.
So, no, 1 second.
If Russian poison has been used, why is Rajnath Singh still not doing what is required of him? Is he an accomplice in this murder?
Shehzad, now your 10 seconds are 10 minutes and you stop right now. These are the rules of the debate. Shehzad, I say one thing. Now listen to me, okay? 1 second. Shehzad.
Yes.
When you say things like murder, you're making a big admission there. Think about what you're saying.
Their allegation
so you believe Swami. You can't take Swami's argument to build a case on the other side. That means you go by Swami. Lalita Kumaramangalam on the charge that poor Mr. Shashi Tharoor is being fixed by the BJP.
Not by the BJP, by one allegation peddler in
Lalita Kumaramangalam's turn.
First of all, I want to put it on record that the BJP has not said anything against Mr. Tharoor. We have said that since there has been a letter written to Dr. Harsh Vardhan, and he is today the Cabinet Minister for Health, he will take cognizance of the letter, and according to the law, he will take whatever action needs to be taken. Now, what I'm going to say after this is not merely as BJP spokesperson, but as a woman in India who has seen, God knows, and heard about how many thousands of women who've been killed by their husbands or other people. Again, I'm not saying Mr. Tharoor is guilty. It's too soon to just say who is guilty or who's not. The point here is that a very senior, very respected doctor has made an allegation saying that there was pressure put on him to please, you said you wouldn't you said you wouldn't interrupt me. You said you wouldn't interrupt me. Why are you interrupting me?
Why isn't she putting
Shehzad, why aren't you letting us speak?
Why are you not letting me?
Why aren't you letting us speak?
And saying
Why? It's not your job to intervene, Shehzad, that he does it.
Has come out and said these allegations are baseless, and they've also said to Padmaja Joshi on record that the misgivings of Dr.
belong to
Gupta
either the Congress or the BJP. First of all, it's an insult to AIIMS, to that institution, to say they belong to either the Congress or the BJP.
No, we can.
You put pressure on them, you can manipulate them. He has not
said. But what is the pressure right now that they can?
He has not said we have not put any pressure.
Exactly.
He has said that
so therefore
pressure
they've
has
come
been
and
put
said that
earlier.
Shehzad, a minute, please. Let us speak. Ranjana hasn't even come in.
Why are you making a case for me? We have not said that Shashi Tharoor or anybody else is guilty.
1 second, Shehzad.
Swami is not the BJP. The BJP today is represented by either me today on this.
Swami is ahead
so why should I say anything against Subramaniam Swami? We are not discussing him.
My problem is with him.
Don't be ridiculous. You're sounding absolutely, I'm sorry to use a strong word,
which is very acceptable. I am
well, then what is this whole thing about? Talk to Dr. Swami, don't talk to the BJP.
Mr. Poonawala, I request you.
Come on. Why are you not allowing us to talk? Are you afraid that people will find something fishy in the whole matter?
Are seeing your unbridled enthusiasm. Make your point by all means, but, and it's very important.
And allow others to also make their points.
You know, it's not a fair program.
Yeah,
you have four women here who haven't
But it's 5 against 1, so I need that much time.
Come on, now what gender bias is this? We are not against anybody per se.
Extremely serious issue where credibility of an institution is at stake.
Yes.
Who put pressure? Nation wants to know who is this person in the ministry. Was it the minister himself? Was somebody else who put pressure on AIIMS? And why this doctor was quiet for so long? These are questions. So that means that there are two types of citizenry in this country. One is the VIP and one is the normal people. VIP, you can kill your wife, you can do whatever you want to do, you can murder, you can do anything. I don't know whether he did it or not, but there is a big question mark. There are 6 stories in the market today through the media fed to the people of India about this murder. And you are accepting it as a murder, so I'm calling it as a murder. Because you did say if it is a murder, then of course the Home Minister is accomplice to the murder. But at this, because that means you're saying it is a murder. So today we need to know that what kind of a pressure was put and why the doctor was quiet for so long, and what kind of, because investigations are done by a team and forensic investigations are done only when death happens in unnatural circumstances, and there is a group of people, doctors, who investigate. So where are those people? They should come and make some kind of a statement, the other doctors who were part of that team, because this is throwing many questions of credibility of the investigation machinery. Is also use of power to cover the person who's a powerful person. So powerful people could be covered.
I agree with
and they can get scot-free doing anything. They can abuse power. That's what we are trying to tell the country, that, you know, so don't please, when your defense, please let us know what really happened if you know it.
I do.
If you,
so I would like to.
So please, yes, I think we would like to know.
Shehzad, I'm going now to Vinod Mehta and Suresh Babu. 1 second. I'd like to go to Vinod Mehta and Suresh Babu. Suresh Babu, I think you can hear me now. All kinds of questions are now being raised about the credibility of this man, Sudhir Gupta, right? And it is said that he is a vindictive man. He's got his own personal interest. He was superseded for a post. He was not promoted, and that's why he's raising these issues now. Now listen to me. Our reporter was saying what AIIMS was saying, okay? Now the fact is, I just care to listen, Shehzad. We have all these documents, right? Suresh Babu, just think of it logically. Everybody is saying today that this man, Sudhir Gupta, his past record is questionable, etc., etc. All the documents which we have are dated. 1. Additionally, this man is today the director of forensics at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. You can't, Suresh Babu, bury what he is saying. You can't raise past matters. It has no merit in this case, and say that, you know, this man is vindictive. He has axe to grind, and that's why he's saying all this thing in the Sunanda Pushkar case, because he wouldn't be director today had any of these things been substantial.
But his own institution has discredited his claims. Why aren't you saying that? Is it still under us?
Hang on.
One sec.
Someone else say. Obviously, you just have to apply logic here. The institution has been embarrassed. The bureaucracy of the institution has kicked in to say this cannot be true. Perhaps this gentleman on his way out decided to have a tantrum. But let me finish, Shehzad. Don't keep shouting. But obviously, we can't question his record as the head of the laboratory in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. He's not a quack.
1 second. I'm listening to someone.
He's not a quack. Please let me finish.
Shehzad, 1 minute. Shehzad, 1 minute. You please. I'm moderating this now. Yeah.
And by the way, what could he get from making this public? He's having a temper tantrum. He's revealing what he thinks is the public knowledge. I don't know the gentleman. But what is he trying to, are we sort of seeing a grand conspiracy? Are we implying that he's trying to, in the week before the budget comes out, somebody in the BJP has got a hold of a forensic person in AIIMS to fix Shashi Tharoor? Is that, is that what we're asking?
BJP has manipulated.
Let me ask you, I am asking you what can be the...
You yourself said that what Swami said about BJP.
Vinod Mehta,
let me come on to a point.
Vinod Mehta coming to the debate. 1 second, Shehzad.
I want to.
Vinod Mehta, should this case be opened up now?
To me, please allow me to answer.
I wish I was in the studio.
Yes, I wish you.
I am online.
Help me control Shehzad Punawala, who's gone out of control on the debate. Yeah, please watch it. Please don't make a sexist
comment. Who is supposed to be
yes,
or to be a victim.
This is a very serious matter we are discussing. We are discussing whether Sunanda Pushkar was murdered or whether she committed suicide.
Yes,
I think the two poles of this argument are very serious. Now the question that I want to ask Dr. Gupta, who says that he was under some pressure from AIIMS to tamper with the report, I think we can solve this problem quite easily. Dr. Gupta should come out in the open and say, did he tamper or did he not tamper? Did he stand up to the pressure or did he not?
1 minute.
That's what he said.
Just a minute.
Did not stand up to the pressure. And if this is now a matter of police inquiry, the police commissioner should call, or whoever is investigating the case should call Dr. Gupta and ask him what you have alleged and how he has alleged and who are the people. So Dr. Gupta is the central figure in this controversy. Did he give in to the pressure or did he take the pressure and make an authentic report? If he has tampered with the report, I'm afraid Mr. Gupta is in lot of trouble.
I am amazed with Vinod Mehta's reaction.
The fact that pressure was used.
He's putting Dr. Gupta in the center.
Across the board, it gives every politician a very bad name if pressure has actually been used.
I am not accusing Dr. Gupta.
Please. It should be, this must be taken into cognizance that pressure was used.
What's it, Shehzad? Yeah, let Vinod Mehta complete. I'm letting him. Suresh Babu, will Shashi Tharoor look bad in this case by running away from the cameras? I mean, the question is, how did Shashi Tharoor send an email to the AIIMS director or send information to the AIIMS director, try to pass on information? Is that not a way of applying pressure? How can a person who is himself under suspicion at that point of time...
Arnav, you can apply pressure, but Dr. Gupta is a very senior forensic doctor. Did he change the report due to the pressure, or was he a professional?
That's not the issue. That's not. No, what's it?
This is patently unfair.
Shehzad, I'm confused. I'm going to Suresh Babu next.
Why to clarify?
Suresh Babu, please.
No,
Suresh Babu from Calicut. Yes. Suresh Babu, please.
There are two questions. See, the Dr. Gupta has admitted or said that there was a pressure on him, but I have not succumbed to that pressure that he has also admitted. What he has written is on his conscience and on the basis of the investigation or basis of the autopsy done by him. Not on any pressure. He has not changed his mind or changed any of the relevant documents which is pertaining to be in the report. So there is no pressure at all. He has raised this question. So while very subsequently after for some other motives which I do not know what exactly is.
Mr. Babu, just a minute.
Yeah.
What you're not getting into is that the whole case is now, has got a big question mark over it. Did you know before today that there was possibly pressure put on the man who heads the forensic department at AIIMS? You didn't know that.
Arnab, the pressure question is very important. But I think more important than the pressure question is the professionalism, the authenticity of the autopsy report that was submitted after Sunanda's death.
Vinod Mehta, how do I know? No, Vinod Mehta, how do I know? And how do you know today whether it was authentic or not?
I don't know. What I'm saying is, therefore, Dr. Gupta should be examined, he should be investigated, he should explain.